Keeping up with our motto, let learning be a joy and teaching a pleasure, here we are with the remote teaching and learning process to bridge the gap. Happy learning, students. Welcome, students. In this history session, we are going to start chapter 5, that is education. Education helps us to acquire new skills and knowledge that impact our development in life. So, in this chapter, we shall examine and study the main stages and schemes in the development of educational system in India. We shall also take into consideration the primary, secondary as well as higher educations and research institutions in some respective areas. This will give us the idea of the education system throughout the country. So students, when the first census of independent India in 1951 took place, it revealed the extreme complexity and intractability of the educational issues in the country. It means that it was difficult to manage all these complexities related to education. So in the first census, the literacy rate was 17%. So improving this percentage was a serious challenge for the government of India. So for that, several remedial schemes were put up in place to deal with it. And till 2001, this percentage rose to 64%. So let's begin and see what were those schemes. So the first one is primary education. So students, primary education refers to the schooling or the education given to children in the age 6 to 14 years. In 1980, in 1988, the central government started a scheme for the spread of primary education and improve educational standards. It is known as Operation Blackboard. So let's see the aims of this program. The government made funds available to help improve the standard of the schools and to fulfill minimum educational needs such as two proper classrooms, toilets, one of the two teachers to be female, a blackboard, map, laboratory apparatus, a small library, a playground, sports equipment, etc. So this scheme helped the primary education system to gain some momentum, to gain some speed. So in 1994, this scheme was expanded and some new provisions were added in this. What were those? For the schools, if the strength is more than 100, one more teacher will be appointed, and priority were given to girls schools, school with a majority of scheduled caste and tribal students, and schools in rural areas. So it was also made binding up the government to appoint female teachers to 50% of the post in schools. So again, in 1994, District Primary Education Program DPEP was started with the objective of universalization of primary education. So children, remember here that universalization of primary education means elementary or primary education is to be provided to all the children between the age group of 16 to 14. It was implemented in 7 states, including Maharashtra. The main motive of the plan was to achieve 100% attendance in primary schools and to decrease the dropout rate ratio of the students, education for girls and physically handicapped, whom we call specially able children. So, special provisions for those students and children. It included programs such as research on and evaluation of primary education, alternative education, creating societal awareness so that more and more children can come to school. So, for this purpose, the midday meal scheme was started in 1995 to provide proper nourishment for students. so that the effectiveness of primary education can be improved. So students, let's move towards secondary education. So after independence, our education minister Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad decided to bring about fundamental, or we can say important, changes in the field of education. The University Education Commission was set up for this purpose. But this purpose recommended that there should be separate commission for secondary education. So, according to their recommendation in 1952-3, the Mudaliar Commission was appointed under the leadership of Dr. A. Lakshmana Swami Mudaliar. So that is why this commission is also known as Mudaliar Commission. So at that time, the pattern of education which was followed in India was 11 plus 4 or 11 plus 1 plus 3 years. So the work of this commission, we see that the commission thoroughly studied the secondary education, the nature of the curriculum which is followed in the schools, medium of instruction, teaching methodology, and made certain recommendations. So after studying all these things, this commission proposed the concept of higher secondary education. So it said that secondary education should be for the children of age group 11 to 17 and its duration should be 7 years. It means education should be divided into two parts, 3 years for junior secondary and 4 years for higher secondary. Next is the Kothari Commission and its recommendations. So in 1964, a commission was appointed under the chairmanship of Dr. D.S. Kothari. Dr. J.P. Naik also made valuable contributions to the work of this commission. The commission also recommended the 10 plus 2 plus 3 pattern of secondary education. It means general education for 10 years, higher secondary should be for 2 years, and degree courses should be for 3 years. This system was implemented from 1972. The commission also suggested a uniform national system of education. I mean, throughout the country, one national curriculum system should be followed. The inclusion of mother tongue, Hindi, and English in education, as well as continuing education for the to provide continuous education. It recommended adult education by or education by correspondence and open universities. So many so they recommended to provide education through open universities also. It also recommended increased provisions in the government's budget. They suggested that government should spend more in the field of education, especially the areas which are neglected, like scheduled caste and tribal areas which are totally neglected for the viewpoint of education. So expenditure should be increased on those areas. So Maharashtra government adopted this 10 plus 2 plus 3 pattern in 1972 and conducted the first standard 10th board exam in 1975. So let's move forward and see some of the objectives of this commission, Kothari Commission. So these are, you can see on the screen, modernization of education, social and national integration, nurture of social, moral and spiritual values through education, education and productivity, and securing and strengthening of democracy. Okay, all these aims, all these objectives can be achieved through education only. So modernization of education, we can say that education should awaken the curiosity or the skills or the value among students. And productivity here means that vocational education should be introduced in the schools at the secondary level to meet the needs of industry and commerce. Okay, and there should be various program introduced in school like social services, NS, NCC, literatures, philosophy. just to build the social and national integration. Next is higher education. So after independence in 1948, the central government appointed the University Education Commission, whose chairman was Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. Its functions included financial grants, the standard of the universities, and their coordination. Okay, so they wanted to improve all these things. So the appointment of University Education Commission. So this commission accepted the 5-year plan method. It began to sanction and disburse or provide, we can say, provide grants to the universities on behalf of the government. The commission undertakes planning of university education, coordination of syllabi, giving primacy or priority to national needs through education, and the planning and implementation of various schemes for higher education. For that, it has done valuable work in establishing universities, development council centers, and centers for advanced studies for postgraduate education, establishing new universities, etc. And after the advent of television in India, this commission initiated the countrywide classroom program. Through this, through the medium of television, they tried to provide education to more and more students. Okay, and they also make them aware about the programs which government is trying to implement to uplift the standard of higher education. So this program was telecasted at Doordarshan on behalf of the commission. So students, this was all about secondary, primary, secondary, and higher education. So we'll continue and learn other research and training institutes in our next lecture. So thank you so much. That's all for today.